And did you know someone by the name of Marcy West?
Yes, I did. Marcy was my daughter.
Okay. And what was Marcy's date of birth?
July 14th, 1975.
All right. And did you know someone by the name of Kevin West?
Yes.
And was Kevin married to Marcy?
Yes.
When did they get married?
They got married about 2010. I want to say 10, 20, no, 2000.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know the exact.
That's okay. They've been married a while. Is that fair? Okay. Were they legally married?
They were indeed.
Okay. And how many children did they have together?
They had 2 children.
Right here, the prosecution is quietly doing something important. They're anchoring family structure. 2 kids, a long-term marriage. This humanizes Marcy and establishes what was lost. In jury's minds, this isn't just a death anymore. It's a family ripped apart. Remember this moment. It matters later.
And is that Megan and Ted?
Megan and Ted.
Okay. Who's the older?
Ted is the oldest.
Okay. And how old is Ted now?
Ted would be 22.
Okay. And how old is Megan?
Well, Megan has passed away. When she was living, she would have been, 48?
Oh, not Marcy.
Oh, Megan.
Megan, yeah.
I'm sorry.
How old is Megan?
How old is Megan? Around 20.
Okay. And are Ted and Megan their biological children?
Yes, they are.
Now, when did Kevin and Marcy move to the Washougal residence that they were at the time of Marcy's death?
Oh, it was 2018, I believe.
Okay. And how often would you visit them at that residence?
How often, excuse me?
How often would you visit that home?
We would visit as often as we could. My husband and I were long-haul truck drivers, and whenever we would come to town, which could be once a month, twice a month, once every 6 months. But we would always try to stop and visit, say hi.
Okay. And what was your relationship like with Kevin?
My relationship with Kevin was fine.
Okay.
He was yes, it was fine.
Okay. And how often were you speaking with Marcy in the couple of years leading up to her death?
Marcy and I spoke nearly every day.
And there it is, the first objection. Calls for speculation. Classic courtroom move. The defense is blocking motive from being implied without hard proof. But notice what is get through. Suspicion without confirmation. That's a seed planted, even if it can't fully bloom yet.
In fact, she would get a little put out if I didn't check in.
Okay. And was Marcy aware, or at least suspicious, that Kevin was having an affair?
I believe so, although I must say she did not speak to me about it.
Okay. Well, what is it that makes you believe she knew?
Well,
Your Honor, I'm going to object. It calls for speculation. Let's sustain.
Did you take a trip with Marcy in October of 2023?
This detail may sound small, but it's not. Constant phone use, emotional distance, unexplained behavior. Jurors are clocking this. Even when speculation is shut down, patterns still speak. Ask yourself, what was Marcy looking for, or who?
I did.
And where did you go?
We went to California to attend a family wedding.
Okay. And how was Marcy behaving during that trip?
Marcy spent most of the time on her phone, but not talking on her phone. She was just poking around her phone, and I don't know, this is speculation, but
Objection non-responsive at this point.
All right, you've answered the question. Listen to the question asked and answer that question.
The night prior to her death, did you speak with Marcy?
I did.
And approximately what time did you speak with her?
About 7:30.
Okay. And what did Marcy tell you?
Well, we spoke for just a brief moment about the fact that my husband and I had both finally, after several years, developed COVID.
Timeline confusion is a defense attorney's playground. Was it 5:30? 7:30? The witness admits uncertainty, and that can weaken credibility, but it also feels painfully human. Memory after trauma is messy, and juries often understand that.
And that was my reason for calling her. And then we just spoke casually, and then she said, well, she said, I've got to go. We're going to have Chinese food and watch a movie.
Okay. And how confident are you that it was at 7:30?
Oh, not very, but I don't know. It couldn't have been too much before, after.
Okay. Do you remember previously indicating it was 5:30?
Objection, improper, refreshment, recollection.
This is Kevin's version of events, filtered through someone else. No physical evidence yet, just narrative. They worked very hard to save her is emotionally powerful language. The question is, does it reflect reality or rehearsed framing?
Proper to impeach your own witness overruled.
Do you remember previously indicating it was 5:30?
I could have, and if I had had the phone, that would have been more correct. On
Okay.
7:30, of course.
Okay. So somewhere in that evening time frame.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how did you, when you spoke with Marcy, did she complain at all of a headache or anything like that?
No.
Okay. After Marcy's death, well, how did you learn of Marcy's death?
Kevin called
Okay.
in the morning to tell me that Marcy had passed away during the night.
Okay. Is that the morning of January 8th of 2024?
Yes.
And what did he tell you during that call?
He told me that he had awakened to her having a seizure and that he had called called 911 and had the EMP people come to his home and that they had worked very hard to save her.
Okay. During that conversation, did the topic of money come up?
During that conversation, no.
Did the topic of money come up in a later conversation?
Yes, we spoke several times that day, and it did.
Okay. And that would be the same day, January 8th?
Pause here. Money enters the story fast, the same day Marcy dies. For $1,000. A birthday card. Almost immediate banking. Alone, that's not a crime. But in court, timing plus money equals scrutiny. Would this raise your eyebrows?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And can you tell us what it is that was said?
Well, in the process of trying to be helpful, I asked if there was anything at all that we could do, and the topic of money arose from that conversation, and from that conversation, yeah.
Did Kevin say that receiving some money would be helpful?
Yes,
Okay. And did you go to Washougal to bring Kevin money?
yes, but we could not, because of the COVID, we were not allowed, we didn't leave our home until Thursday when we were able to get negative readings on the COVID. But we went on that day, and it was fairly near Kevin's birthday, so we left a check and a birthday card.
Okay. Did you give Kevin the check?
Yes.
And what did he do after you gave him the check?
We left soon after, but I believe that he also left soon after to maybe cash the check, put it in the bank.
Did he leave before you left?
It was a hubbub. I think we all sort of left at the same time.
Okay. Do you remember how much the check was for?
Yes, I do. It was for $1,000.
And are you aware that almost all of Marcy's belongings were disposed of besides what the children took?
I'm sorry, would you,
Are you aware that almost all of Marcy's belongings were disposed of besides what the children took?
yes.
Did Kevin ever ask you whether you wanted any of Marcy's belongings?
Objection, relevance.
Sorry.
Objection, relevance.
Overruled.
Did Kevin ever ask you whether you wanted any of Marcy's belongings?
He did not.
Are there things that you would have liked to have had?
Objection, relevance.
Sustain.
Were you ever invited to a birthday party for Kevin in January of 2024 at the residence after Marcy's death?
I can't remember. We could have, but we were not able to travel like we wanted to, and my husband had dialysis, so we probably would not have gone.
Okay. Do you remember telling me before that there was no birthday party?
It could very well be. That's why I'm having trouble remembering it.
That's okay. All right.
Objection, non-responsive, move to strike.
Overrule, I'll let the answer stand.
All right. Were some of the belongings that Marcy had that were disposed of heirlooms that you had given her?
Objection, relevance, Your Honor.
Sustain.
I have no further questions.
Cross-examination?
Thank you, Your Honor. When you say you talked to Marcy a couple times on the 7th, is that right?
At least twice, and I believe 3 or 4 times.
Okay. And the last call you say was maybe 7:30, maybe 5:30, you're not sure?
No, excuse me. I'm mixed up on dates. I spoke to Kevin on the day that he called to say that Marcy had passed away. I talked to him at least 3 times, maybe 4.
Let me clarify. I was talking about the day before when you talked to Marcy.
I know you were, and I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So when you talked to Marcy and she said, "I guess we're going to have noodles and chicken and watch TV or Chinese food."
Chinese. She I think we're going to have Chinese and watch a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she seemed okay.
Yes.
And so she wanted to get off the phone so she could go have Chinese.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, thank you very much.
Redirect.
No.